Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to do something a little different because I'm lazy and I really don't feel like playing the game. And that is a exotic armor PvP tier list specifically for Warlock today. If you guys want one for Titan, I'll definitely do it. In Hunter, I'll try to give my best input. I don't really play Hunter in PvP that much, but I'll still give an attempt. This is all my opinion, by the way. You can disagree or agree with whatever kind of takes that I have. But without further ado, let's get right on into it. We're going to start off from the top here. Let's go a little random. Let's just grab one. Three, two, right here. Okay, Claza Ahamkara. These, in my opinion, are very good. I don't think they're in S tier quite because most of the Warlock melees in the game are trash. Um, Celestial Fire is good because it has like long range, but the damage is pretty normal for a melee, and the snap is garbage in my opinion. I think that the snap is terrible on solar. The void melee is like it doesn't really do much. I really wouldn't want two charges of that. The stasis one is pretty good, and the arc slide melee is pretty good. Those two is what makes Clawzaw Hamkara pretty decent for PvP because getting an extra charge of that is very nice. So let's continue on. Let's go random. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by it right here. Okay, Phoenix Protocol. Easy F tier. I said Phoenix. It's Starfire. Anyway, this is F tier because the way that this benefits you is if you're sitting in an Empowering Rift, which almost nobody uses in PvP, or if you're standing in a Well of Radiance, which you're only going to get once to twice per game, most of the time. So yeah, you're gonna get an extra fusion grenade, but even in PvP, like fusion grenades are not that great. I mean, I guess if you stick them and you hit them with and you have touch of flame on, it does do pretty decent damage. It actually probably one shots. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that's really worth it. There's a lot of other things that you could do to get grenades back quickly, and I just think that this is a waste of an exotic slot in terms of PvP. This is PvE S tier all day long, but it's not. So, all right, random. Here we go, and right here. Okay, another easy F tier. Because the reason why I would say this is F tier is because what it does is it just does more damage for your Stormcaller the more kills that you get. And it's basically Rampage with a super. And it really makes no sense for PvP because you're gonna kill someone with that super in like 2 seconds, like so quick, it's not gonna matter. I guess it could somewhat be helpful if there's like a few people and like clustered together, but other than that, you're really not going to see much benefit from this, considering you're only getting your storm trance once per game. So not worth it. All right, here we go. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, I right click. Never mind. All right, Astrocyte Verse, another A tier in my opinion. I don't think it's as good of Claws, but if you use blink, you get a ton of great benefits. You can blink quicker, your radar comes back faster, you blink farther. Tons of amazing benefits. I think honestly, if you use blink, I would put it in S tier. This is a very, very good helmet. We're actually going to move it to S tier just for that reason. If you are using blink, it is absolutely amazing. It doesn't do anything if you're not using blink, but that's the whole point. So definitely going to put it in S tier. You get a ton of phenomenal benefits for it. It's like transversus steps, but for blink, minus the reload. Awesome. Please Bungie give it an ornament because it is super ugly. Anyway, let's continue on. Right here, Lunafaction boots. I'm gonna put them in D tier because the thing with Lunafaction boots is you do reload quicker and your weapons have more range while you're sitting in a rift, which is actually pretty decent for high competitive play. If you do sit in rifts to heal and peek at people, you will have an advantage there with bonus range and reload speed and all that. But I don't really sit in ramps. I don't really sit in rifts because I'm not a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But I just don't like rift camping like that. It's not my thing. So I'm not gonna do it. Other than that, like they're okay. I mean, I don't really see much of a benefit from them. Maybe you guys do, and let me know. But we're gonna continue on, and boom. Okay, Winter's Guile. I'm gonna put in C tier. Reason why I think these are baseline good. When they work, they're good, but when they don't work, they're in. Well, basically, what Winter's Guile does, if my memory doesn't fail me, is when you get a melee kill, your next to melee does more damage. That is Winter's Guile. Or Winter Guile. Anyway, sorry, I have light.gg pulled up in case I forget what things do. No, I was right anyway. So in theory, you could shotgun melee a ton of people and then one shot get like one shot melees, but like that's so slim to none. The chances of that happening are zero pretty much. The only thing it really gives you is a little bit of forgiveness, and in my opinion, I would rather use almost every other exotic glove than this one. This might be the worst out of them all, but for PvP, actually, it's not. I changed my mind, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So next piece, boom. Okay, that's nothing. Boom. All right, transversives, easy S tier. Transversives are S tier in my opinion because they give you a ton of movement speed, like insane speed types. So you don't have to invest high in mobility, which is really, really nice. It also auto reloads your weapons just by sprinting around, which is really, really good. And typically, higher movement speed equals harder to shoot. So that is why I think that they are S tier. Simple and quick. Just get that done. Let's continue on. We're not doing random. Well, I'm gonna do random, but I'm not gonna B tier helmet anyway. We're gonna do random, but I'm not closing my eyes because I'll miss anyway. I put it in B strictly because I think that because it gives you bonus to stats, it's good for that reason. But other than that, it's pretty useless. Like the highlight is only for targets that are 50% health or lower, as far as I remember. And I mean, it highlights people who have their supercharged, which can be nice. But One-Eyed Mask does it better. Foe Tracer does it better, in my opinion. It's just not that great. One-Eyed Mask doesn't track people anymore, but doesn't give you true sight. But still, it's not very great, and it's really not that useful. Anyway, boop. Okay, Karnsteins. This is a little bit of bias. I think this is S tier as well. Basically, when you get a melee kill, it regens your health. There's a lot of things that this can be good with. If you use things like Monte Carlo or to swashbuckler weapons or you shotgun ape, it is really good. This is total bias. Overall, I'd probably put them in like B tier because Warlock melees are so bad for the most part. But I just like that neutral play of just getting a melee kill after a shotgun fight and be ready to get into the next duel quicker. I really, really enjoy that, and it pairs really well with things like Devour. So again, is a little biased, but still a good, really, really good exotic if you ask me. Next, we're gonna go boom. Boots of the Assembler. I'm gonna put realistically in B tier because here's the thing with Boots of the Assembler: they are really good if you pair them with Lumina, and I think that's really, really cool that we have a exotic that pairs with another exotic weapon. And basically, when standing in that healing rift, you're going to get the Noble Seekers, and they are going to heal other people. So if you like playing support, that is really, really nice. And if you use them for empowering rifts, it's going to give you more damage as well. But it really, really shines, in my opinion, when you use Lumina. If you use Lumina, these would probably be S tier, but I don't really like having to use an exotic and then feel tied to one exotic weapon that makes it feel really nice. I'd rather just feel really nice all the time. You feel me? So that's kind of why I'm putting him in B tier. Though, again, with Lumina, I'd probably put him in S, but overall, we're going to go B. All right, next, go with here. Prometheum Spurs. I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember what these do. So I'm going to Google it really quick. But last time I checked, they're not great. Pretty much, I think it was like if you get a kill, then with either your super or just, or I don't know if it was in general, but your like rift would get placed on where you got that kill. Yeah, defeating combatants or guardians while Daybreak is active creates a healing and empowering rift at their location, which could be useful, I guess, in some situations. But while you stand in any rift, solar weapon final blows grant rift energy, and when your rift energy is full, final blows consume your rift energy and create a healing and empowering rift at the target's location. I think that's really shit. I'm sorry. Because, I mean, if it takes your rift, if I'm sitting in a rift and then I get enough kills in that rift and I get it back in that time and I shoot and it takes my rift away from me, I think that's terrible. I don't like that. And like getting kills with Daybreak is rare. Not that like the super is bad, but like no one uses it because everyone uses well. And in high end PvP, you're probably not even gonna get Daybreak unless it's a 4/4 nail biter. So for me, pretty dog shit. Next, let's go with Okay, Fellwinter's Helm. So pretty much what these do are when you get a powered melee kill, it makes like an explosion. These used to be pretty good, and I could see with the slide melee this being really, really fun, but like that's very situational. And like I've said before, Warlock melees are dog shit. They're pretty much all bad, except for this. I don't know. They're probably not bad, but they're just not great. It's not like a Titan shoulder charge where you can use it for maneuverability and still keep it, or like hunter melees with like one shot throwing knives and things like that. Basically the best one that you're gonna have for this helmet is the slide melee, and you're forced to play arc with that. So it is what it is, I guess. Pretty fun, but I don't think that Shockwave is even that powerful, if I don't remember right. So maybe not super worth. Anyway, okay, second filaments. I like these. They for playing the build fantasy. I'm still gonna put them in B tier. I like them more than Fellwinter's Helm. I definitely like them more than I Have Another World. I would still say that Boots of the Assembler are better than them. Basically because playing Empowering Rift and getting Devour off of your Empowering Rift is really, really good. And it does feel nice with that Void. If you like to play Void on Warlock, which I think is super underrated, by the way. Anyway, I think these boots are good for that. But other than that, as far as I understand, I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, Light.dg is being extremely slow. So apparently they don't know what filaments are. Just type in Philly. It doesn't matter. Anyway, is it Phila? I'm sorry, this is super off the cuff. I just can't spell. But casting Empowering Whip grants you Devour damage dealt by you and your allies from within the Empowering Whip will disrupt combatants. Yeah, it's not bad, but like I said, the main thing that I would want is the Devour from Empowering Whip. All right, let's move on. Okay, so Necrotics. I think this is another A tier. I like them more than Claws because I use Thorn with these, and it's kind of the same thing with Boots of the Assembler, but I think they are better than Boots of the Assembler because I don't really feel tied to using Thorn when I use Necrotics. Now, when I do use Thorn and I have Necrotics, I get bonus to aim assist, the poison spreads, it's very, very nice. But even without it, like you can stack, I think, the poison and like Scorch on a melee with these, which is awesome. Like you could do the slide melee on arc and poison people. Like there's a lot of different things that you can do with these, and I really like that. But it feels even, again, this is kind of like with Thorn, I'd put it in S tier, but just baseline, I'd probably put them in A, maybe even high B. In fact, we're going to put them in high B because they're probably not, maybe, yeah, you might be able to make an argument for A tier, but I feel like B tier is probably more accurate. All right, here we go. Boom. Okay, S tier. Ophidians, they're just so good for neutral game. You get so many free benefits. Your weapons pull out faster. You have more melee range and better in-air accuracy. Like you just get too many benefits with no withdraws. You're not tied to a certain class or jump or anything. You can use them with whatever and you will still perform. Ophidians are definitely going to be S tier. Next, boom. This is going to be kind of controversial. I feel like this is probably A tier. Reason why. If you use void weapons, which like the new hand cannon, I think from Trials is void, or if you just like to use a lot of void weapons like funnel web, this thing could be really, really good for playing with that because you're just going to get your abilities back even quicker and even your ability kills count. As long as you get void kills, you're going to get void energy, and that leads for more supers and more grenades, melees, rifts, everything. So I personally think this could be A tier if you're building it with that. Obviously, if you're not, it's dog shit, but then that defeats the purpose of the exotic. So we move on. Kind of gonna be controversial, I feel like, with that one. All right, Rains of Fire. Since the nerf, I don't think they're as good as they used to be. They're still not bad. They give you free radiance and they work really, really well with things like Vex Mythoclast. But I don't know if it's super great. I mean, yes, the dodge does reload all your weapons, but again, it's kind of like that thing, you are tied to solar. Final blows with any kind of fusion rifle makes you radiant, provides a small benefit to in-air for fusion rifles. So yeah, really, really good for using Vex Mythoclast, but other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't really use fusions unless it's Vex, so I'm going to put them in B. Might even put them in C. No, they're not C. Let's not be silly. Okay, next. All right, this is F. It's dog shit because it is tied solely off of your super. Yes, if you do damage or get kills while on your super, your Well of Radiance, you are going to get energy back. but it's not really worth it in my opinion because you don't get any other benefits besides when you're in your well. Pretty good in PvE, dog shit in PvP. You're not getting like almost any benefit with that. Next, all right, kind of the same thing. Yeah, if you get kills with your Nova Bomb, that's awesome, you know, because you're gonna get more damage and then more super energy. But Nova Bomb's gonna one shot most people anyway, unless they somehow escape. And the ability energy really doesn't matter. I think max you can get now is like 50%, and you're not gonna get that PvP. You're only gonna get like 1 to 2 Nova Bombs. Maybe with this, you could maybe squeeze out a third, but it's, I don't know. F tier in my opinion. No benefit besides your super, which you only get a few times per game. All right, next. Okay, Variety's Brow. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not putting in F tier for now. Maybe weapon final blows with the damage type matching your subclass. Death throws, which provides a grenade damage bonus and grenade energy. When you have death throws, you can throw a grenade nearby allies. No, that's actually pretty decent. I'm gonna put him in B. Do we want to put him high? I don't feel I'm gonna put him in C. We're gonna put him in C. Yeah, you're gonna get a little bit more damage, which is really nice. I like getting more grenade damage, but like it's not super useful. You're kind of tied to using certain weapons, which I get like with your subclass. So you can't use a solar weapon with the solar subclass. Like at least with like Nezerax, you could use a void weapon. I think you can at least. You can use a void weapon on different subclass. Don't quote me on that. But like I mean, a lot of grenades are good, but they're not gonna make them out of this world. Like, oh my god, this is insane. But like, and with cooldowns being as they are, it pretty much doesn't matter. So I'm gonna put them in C. I probably no, I wouldn't use them over Winter's Guile, but like they're not bad, but they're definitely not great. But we're gonna continue on. All right, Wings of Sacred Dawn. I want to put them in D really badly because I don't like them. Yeah, we're putting them in D. I would probably use them over Prometheum Spurs. I definitely would, but I wouldn't over Loonies. I do not like it when I'm in air and ADS and I'm stuck and I'm just an easy target to hit. Yeah, I get damage resistance and shit, but like it's not worth it in my opinion. Now with the in-air changes back to where primaries are better in air than they used to be, and you don't have to have minimum things. You can just use heat rises and do the same exact thing. You do not need this exotic to do what this thing does. So me personally, I don't like it. I guess it has its benefits sometimes if you are just not seen, but other than that, I would definitely stay away from them. All right, next, Geomax stabilizers, pretty much D tier. Here's why I'm putting them in D tier. The only real benefit you're gonna get from Geomags is if you are just popping your super, because basically the more damage you do, the longer it lasts is how it works. But the thing is like people die in like 2 seconds in this game, like really, really, really fast. With Geomags or with Chaos Reach because it's a super, so you're not really getting that huge benefit. Now, if you still used to get like the sprint super energy, and you could and shit like that, then maybe these would be S tier, but they'd also be broken. So in PvE, sure, they're not bad. If you want to use Warlocks for damage, which I don't know why you would, but in PvP, pretty mediocre. Maybe just swap to them when you're gonna use your Chaos Reach and then swap off. But yeah, that's it. All right, we're gonna actually just take this off. I mean, Ionic Traces are fun. I like Ionic Traces, but when you kill, I'm gonna put them in C for now. I need to actually like. Sorry, I feel bad, but like I cannot remember for the life of me what I don't even is it called? I don't even remember what it's called. I don't know why. Is it Sunfall? It's Sunfall. No, it's not. Or is it Falling Star? It doesn't matter. From what I remember, it just does shit with your it's Fallen Sunstar. Okay. Ionic traces you create move faster and grant you additional energy nearby ally. No, it's bad. It's not bad. It's pretty neutral. Like, I mean, you can make Ionic traces pretty easily, I guess, with like the slide melee and shit. I talk about that all the time because it's just so good. But them moving faster doesn't matter when they track you, and then the ability energy isn't. Dude, the cooldowns are so short in this game, like as of right now. So really doesn't matter. All right, next. Dawn Chorus. I actually like Dawn Chorus quite a bit. I'm gonna put it in B. The reason why I like Dawn Chorus, because it just gives you a ton of benefits to scorching. So basically, your Daybreak projectiles are gonna scorch a lot more. In PvP, it doesn't always one shot, so you're getting 90 scorch with Ember of Ashes equipped is really, really nice, and it does 50% more damage. That's really, really nice. And you get more melee ability energy every time you scorch people, and your melee is scorched, so that is awesome. The only problem that I really have with it is that I don't think Scorch is that great in PvP. Like, it's okay, but it can't kill anybody. You can't burn somebody like that and kill them. Really, like, the best thing you're gonna get is the melee energy and then the more Scorch damage. But this exotic is ugly as fuck. I don't know, dude. It looks like 2 nipple rings. But I digress. Next exotic. All right, the stag. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I would probably use it over both of these. The stag is really, really good because you can literally just stand in a rift. I think it gives you more. It gives you more. It gives you a 15% damage resistance to guardians. It's 27% class ability energy with the dearly departed perk, which is really good. And when you die, it creates a healing rate on your corpse. Like, it's really, really, really good for team play. But I play a lot of solo in this game, so it's not super helpful for me, and that's why I'm putting it in A. All right, next exotic. All right, these are F. Aeon Souls are good. They are good. I won't lie in PVE, but they're absolute dog shit in PvP. Pretty much ally deaths grant 25% class ability energy, and you gain full class ability energy on ally revival. That you're barely gonna see that. Casting super fully heals allies within 30 meters. I don't even know if it does that in PvP. It might. And then Aeon allies receive 110 overshield for 20 seconds that recharges after 3. I think that's for PvE shit. But yeah, these are bad. You don't really see a ton of benefit from this in PvP as far as I understand. Maybe you do, and it's a sleeper, but as far as I understand, they're fucking terrible because you just don't really get that huge of a benefit. All right, next. All right, Nothing Manacles. I'm gonna put in B tier. I would probably use them more than Dawn Chorus and probably even Second Filaments, but I definitely want to put them over here. I feel like this feels criminal. I'm putting that up there. You know what? We're putting them both in A, actually. We're putting them both in A just because of how they pair with their respected weapons. But yeah, Nothing Manacles in B tier, mainly because the problem with Nothing Manacles is that they can actually they accidentally can like attack each other. So the scatters, like, they track, but they'll track to each other and they'll blow up, and then you'll lose out on damage, which sucks ass. Uh, but yeah, you get another charge, so you get 2 scatter nades. If you like scatter nades, which I personally really do, these are fun and they are good. But because they kind of kill each other, it makes me not want to put it any higher than B for now. If they ever fix that, I don't know if there is a fix for that or if that's ever going to be fixed. I would probably put in S tier because then they would one shot. But all right, next exotic, we're gonna go with the Battle Harmony, Mantle of Battle Harmony. Do I want to put it in C or D? Because I don't really care for these. I want to put it in C for now. Let me reread what it does because like I have like a really hard time. It's like Mantle of Battle Harmony, right? I have a hard time remembering what things do. So takedowns with weapons that have a damage type matching your subclass element grant you super energy, which is pretty fun. Okay, that's good. While your super energy is full, you gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage for a type matching your subclass element. Now that can come in handy for a few things, but it's very situational, and you have to hold on to your super. So I am going to keep it in C tier. But again, might be a little bit of bias. Boom. All right, Sunbracers. I like Sunbracers. I'm going to put them in A tier. Infinite solar nades. Infinite solar nades. It's all you have to say to make them like good. Solar nades with the aspect are really fun and they're good, and they get fastball intrinsically, and they last twice as long, and you can get unlimited ones, so you could just keep throwing them as long as you get a solar melee kill, which is kind of difficult to do in PvE, but you can do it. And using your grenade ability while Sunbracers is active, or Sunbracers ready is active, grants Sunbracers buff granting them. Okay. So yeah, so you'll get unlimited nades for 5 seconds as long as you get a solar melee kill, which you could technically cheese and automatically give yourself that if you really wanted to. But it is kind of situational. But I really like them. They're fun. Next exotic, we're running down to the wire. We got Sanguine Alchemy. I'm gonna put them for here for now. I'm really sorry that I can't remember what these do. But you know what? That's just part of the meme. So weapon kills while standing in any rift pause the rift's cooldown. Oh yeah, extending its duration. Further kills maintain and extend the length of the pause. I'm actually gonna move them up to. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put them on top of C. You might be able to make an argument for low B, but I'm gonna put it in C for now because I don't rift camp. But I could see if you do rift camp in PvP that this could be fun and this could be good because you can just sit in a rift for longer. But I mean, a lot of people don't challenge you in rifts, so it's harder to get those kills and keep a longer duration on that. But you know, it is what it is. C is probably a decent spot for it. All right, next. Vesper of Radius, pretty fucking garbage. I'm gonna put it in D though, because I have seen moments where this exotic does kill guardians. Somehow the shockwave will go out and kill motherfuckers. It will. But it's super, super rare. So basically when you pop a rift, it makes an explosion. It's kind of similar to like if you're on stasis and the explosions like, yeah, you get the picture. Anyway, yeah, I would say that that's a pretty decent spot for it. Again, like if I was a new light and that's all I had, I would use it, but that's pretty much it. If I had like Looney Tunes or pretty much anything else, if I was new light, I would rather use them, especially transverses or current scenes. But anyway, next exotic. Okay, Osiomancies are S tier exotic. Yes, they are. Osiomancies are really disgusting because stasis, your stasis, I don't know how to spell osmio, but your stasis, I figured it out. Anyway, your stasis nades, your cold snaps, getting an additional charge and they recharge quicker on direct impact, and the seeker spawn from cold snap grenades travel farther. You get a better cold snap grenade. Oh my gosh. Or you could turn it into a turret. That's insane. Cold snaps are definitely the best nade, by the way, for stasis, at least for, in my opinion, in PvP, but you can make an argument for like anything really. But yeah, we're gonna keep it in S tier. Absolutely amazing stasis exotic, probably the best and only stasis focused exotic for warlocks. So yeah, we're gonna keep it there. Next, boom, getaway artists. A, I think getaway artists are really, really good for playing Arc Souls. So you can turn your Arc Grenade into an Arc Soul and you get amplification. And it acts like an automatic turret, which you can stack with, I think, the one in the Rift. So you can have two. And on top of like No Time to Explain, you're literally a one-man fire team. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in A. I would use them over the Sun Bracers, but that's pretty much it. And they give you if the Sentient Arc Soul hits during a burst, gain 4.5% grenade energy. Awesome. Standing in an Arc Soul Rift refreshes the duration of the Sentient Arc Soul, converts all the Arc Souls you receive to Sentient Arc Souls. That's really, really good. They hit people from 29 meters away. You get it for 20 seconds. That is insane. They're really, really good for Arc Souls. I'm not putting them in S tier only because I don't even use those. I don't even use them. So I don't use Arc Souls. So that's it. Bias, like I said. Chromatic Fire. I'm gonna put them in B tier. I would probably use them over Rain of Fire. These. I'm gonna put them in top. Chromatic Fire is really fun because you can just get a ton of really, really good explosions with weapons that have like Firefly and like, or if you want to use like Outbreak or something like that, you can make some absolutely amazing kills. So you like use Outbreak and Chromatic. So let's say there's two people shooting you, get a kill with Outbreak, boom, they explode. That person takes damage, and to get the nanites, you might even be able to get a two-piece very, very easily. And that's why I like using Chromatic Fire. But if I was in high-end PvE, or PvP, I would rather use any of these exotics up above. But down to the last three, and I'm going to tell you they're not looking great. We're going to go with Crown of Tempests. This is a B tier exotic, I feel like, but I honestly want to put it. Do I want to put it in C? I do, because I feel like it's a shittier. I feel like it's kind of just shitty because like arc ability or jolt final blows increase the recharge rate of your arc abilities and extend the duration of storm trance. Like that is good. That is not bad. Like you're gonna get at max a 66% slower super drain and a 525% additional base grenade melee and super energy rate. But here's the problem: you have to get kills with your arc abilities, and most of the arc abilities in this game are trash except for the slide melee and your super, and that's it. You can get some grenade kills in there, but here's the thing with Destiny, like they're trying to work back on ability spam, and you're not gonna be you can't spam you can't if you can't spam the abilities, then you're not gonna get a huge benefit, and that's why I'm gonna put them in C. If it was like Mayhem, it's fucking Omega good, but it's not, so we're putting it in C. But I wouldn't actually. What I would maybe even try is switching to it, kind of like Eternal Warrior on Titan. So when I'm about to pop my super, switch onto Crown of Tempest and go to town. But yeah, that's it. All right, next we're gonna go Controverse Holds. I like Controverse Holds quite a bit, actually. I think they're pretty good. I want to put it, but I don't. They're not A. We're gonna put them in top of B. I think that's a pretty good spot for them. Because the thing with Controverse Holds is you get you get reduced damage. Like you take less damage. I think it's a 20% resistance. Um. Yeah, so you get a 20% damage resistance while just charging a grenade. And Charge Vortex Grenade can proc twice if enemies get hit by the initial explosion and the last few ticks, which cause you to pretty much get your grenade back instantly, which is amazing. So you can pretty much just have really, really good Vortex nades or whatever nade of your choice, Aeon, anything. They're just really, really good for that. But I think since like the nerf to, you know, like handheld Supernova and shit, they just haven't been as good. But they are still pretty good in PvE and shit. Like you can definitely use them for that. Next, Apotheosis Veil. The last one. The last is it the least though? It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Immediately regenerate health, melee, grenade, and rift energy upon activating your super. Yeah, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I would probably put it in the top of F. The reason why I'm putting it in F is because, again, with how supers work in this game right now, you're only going to see this proc like 1 to 2 times. I mean, sure, if you just want to bum into like a spot, drop your Storm Trance like like in the shocks from the bottom to spread everywhere. I can't remember what it's called. I'm really tired. But yeah, they could be good for that, and you fully get your health, your grenade, and shit. But other than that, you're never gonna get a benefit from it. So that is pretty much it for that. And that's actually it for the video. Thank you all for sticking through it. I know it's a longin, but I think it was important. I really, like I said, I don't really care to play the game right now. It's not that fun at the moment. So I think this is a decent way of still getting some kind of content for the game out. So thank you all so very much for watching. And again, if you want Titan 1, I'll definitely do it. Hunter 1, I'll definitely do it. But until then, I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya!